Welcome to this week's edition of Inside Warhawk Sports on UWW-TV. I am your host, Josh Jacoby, joined by Warhawk men's soccer head coach, Tony Gwynn. Coach, the UW-Whitewater soccer team consists of a few players not from the United States. What does the recruiting process look like for these players, and is it different from the recruiting process for players from the United States?
Yeah, very much so. We have players from Northern Ireland, where I'm from originally, Ireland, Iceland, England. But yes, it's very different because, I went to all those different countries to recruit those young men. And when they come here, you're more than just a coach to them. You're more like a father figure, an uncle, a grandfather, depending, I guess, on how old you are. But there's really a lot more that goes into it. There's to and from the airport. There's the entire process of explaining every detail about what it takes to go to college in the United States, which is very different than going to school in Europe.
How is their style of playing soccer different from those of the United States?
The biggest difference between European players and in America is in America it's the substitution rules. So players can basically go in and out of the game. Overseas and everywhere else in the world, except for the United States, in college and high school soccer, we're the only place in the world that does this. Everywhere else in the world, you establish, I have 11 starters and I have 5 subs. And they're the only people that can play soccer that day. But in America, everybody subs in and out, in and out, in and out. So the game is a little slower everywhere else in the world because who can sprint for 90 minutes? Nobody. But in America, you can ask a player to sprint and work their butt off for 12 minutes. You can say sub and put a brand new person in and ask them to sprint for 12 minutes. Say sub, put a new person in, ask them to sprint for 12 minutes, and it changes the game completely.
Hi, I'm Bo Baines from England. I'm a freshman.
What have you enjoyed most about playing for UW-Whitewater?
Definitely the facilities here and the travelling. Back in England, you don't get to travel more than an hour probably. So the whole travelling, exploring the whole of America is a great bonus.
My name is Matthew White. I'm from Bangor, Northern Ireland, and I'm going to be a sophomore this year.
How has the team dynamic felt for you?
I feel like we're getting on pretty well. A lot of us are returners from last year. We've only got a couple new guys, which always helps us keep the team cohesion good.
My name is Luca Breslin. I'm a junior and I'm from Dublin, Ireland.
How has playing in Whitewater been different from playing from where you're from?
It's a lot more games in a much shorter amount of time. So, for instance, back in Ireland we'd have probably a similar amount of games this season, but it'd be spread out over about 8 or 9 months, whereas here it's all sort of condensed to about 10 or 11 weeks. So the schedule's been very different and a bit difficult as well.
Hi, my name is Christian Thorson. I'm from Hafnarfjörður, Iceland, and I'm a junior currently.
How is playing in Whitewater any different from playing from back home?
Playing in Whitewater is different since I'm able to play for a school. I've never played for a school like at home. I just play for a club team. Being able to travel and play against other schools, it's way different, and the amount of games in a short season, I'd say, is a huge difference maker since I played all year round back home.